Good morning everybody and welcome to the video, and as always I never know what it is I'm going to say when I put the camera on. I've no idea at all. Nothing scripted, nothing planned, nothing prepared. Although there is a bit of a plan for this one. So I'll start off by letting new viewers know or give them a bit of context. So my name is Darren and this is Micro Adventures. It's called Micro Adventures because I live in my little tiny micro camper and I generally go on adventures. Micro adventures, right? Anyway, you can see clearly this is not a micro camper. So a bit more context for you. Approximately 13 days ago, I had a stroke. The paramedics arrived and said, can't believe that you were even still alive, given the blood pressure you had and given the fact that your blood sugars were not even registering on their little ticker tape machine thing. But clearly 13 days later, and here I am, walking, talking, got my limbs and, within reason. Now, I've been walking every day since I got here to my brother's. Well, not every day, most days. And I took a couple of days off from working and I decided, I want to vary my exercise and boost my recovery. So I went to buy a bike. And I went to buy a folding bike. The idea being I can fold it up and put it in the camper and take it with me wherever I go. And then I've got it there to cycle around, etc. So we went away, found the folding bike on Marketplace. It's 40 quid. It's a good one. It's all right. No brand name or anything, but it's okay. A bit heavy. But anyway, got it back yesterday. Decided I'm going to take it for a test just down the road and back. Not very far, just 50 metres or so and back. And I got on it. I went about 2 metres and promptly fell off. And what happened was I went a couple of metres, decided I would need to adjust the seat and whatnot. So I stopped and I couldn't coordinate putting my left foot down on the floor. And when I did get it on the floor, it didn't have the strength to hold me up, leaning on it on the bike and stuff. And over I went with a big massive thud and cut all my knee and everything. So my knees are swollen and painful now as well, as having recently had a stroke. So yeah, hey, happy days. So that's just the context for this video, guys. And what I want to do is, I'm not giving up on van life. I think it's really, really important once you've gone through a life-changing event. And believe you me, whilst I'm making light of it, it is a life-changing event. I've got minimal feeling, not minimal, I've got some feeling in this hand here, but very little in terms of dexterity for the keyboard and typing, that sort of thing. And when I start to get tired and dwindle, my speech starts to sound really slurred, and I start to feel like I'm a bit drunk, to be quite honest, when I get tired. But it's only been 13 days, right, since what I describe as a near-death event. So I've been told by friends and family that I'm pushing it too much. I'm rushing too far ahead. I need to just slow it down a little bit and back up the recovery train just a little bit. So yeah, that's what I'm going to have to do. Although I am going to go for a walk later. So I need to get out of the house. I need to go do something, So what am I going to do in terms of recovery, in terms of thinking ahead for the future and positive blue sky thinking? Well, I'm going to start planning a trip. So now we're getting to the meat. We've had the entree. Now into the meat and potatoes of the video, right? I'm going to start planning a trip. I'm going to take you along on the journey to planning the trip. It's going to be a trip that's going to be in the future, obviously, when I'm able to drive, and I'm able to drive reasonable distances as well, because this trip is going to be about 1,500 miles thereabouts. So given that I just had a stroke 13 days ago, it's not like, even if the doctor said to me today, yeah, you're fine to get behind the wheel of the car right now, I wouldn't, because I know in myself I'm not fine, first of all. Let's make that very, very clear. But even if he was to say that, there's no way I could just go drive that distance at all within any number of weeks or months ahead. So I've got plenty of time to plan the trip, and I thought it'd be nice to take you along on the planning stages. And the trip is going to be the NC 500, Okay, it's been one on the back of my mind for a long time that I'd like to do, and you know, I'd like to bring you along with me. So, given that my body is weak and my brain is broke, I'm sure you can imagine that there's a lot more barriers ahead of me personally than some other people who may have done the NC 500. Does that make sense? So, the next few videos are going to be me planning the trip off around Bonnie, Scotland, and taking in the sights. And I do want to go to a particular location in Bonnie, Scotland that is not particularly on the NC 500, I don't think, and that is Bonnie Bridge. I want to go and say a special thank you to someone who I work with, who's been super supportive and super helpful throughout this whole ordeal. You know, so yeah. So I'm going to pop along there. And if you didn't know, Bonnie Bridge is a UFO capital of Scotland. In fact, probably UK or even Europe. I don't know. I'd have to research that one for you. Okay. But guys, listen, this is just a short one just to let you know what's coming up in the future. Give you a bit of update and context. We've got a few more people come along now to the channel. I truly believe, and I don't want to go on and on about the stroke and stuff, but as I said, it is an integral part of me and who I am now. There's no getting away from that. And so I'm not going to shy away from it. I'm not going to brush it under a carpet and pretend it didn't happen and all that good stuff. Okay? It's just going to make the adventures that little bit more challenging, that little bit more difficult, and a lot more planning is going to be required, especially in the early stages. So stick with me. We will get back to van life and adventure life in due course. You know, albeit some changes may need to happen, but we will get to it. Because I do truly believe, as I did before, that we're here for a good time, not a long time, if that makes sense. And so you've got to make the most of the time you've got going on. You can hear the dogs barking. My brother's dogs. I'll put a clip of them in here if I can. Cute little monkeys. But anyway, so that is my thinking behind where I'm at now and where I want to be in a few months' time. Okay, so I'm going to say NC 500 spring of 2026. Okay, that's my goal for that. Okay, so yeah, lots and lots of planning coming up, lots and lots of planning videos coming up. I'm waffling now. If you're still watching this, thank you very much. Please do consider liking, commenting, subscribing, or even buying me a coffee and funding that NC 500 trip when it comes around in spring. Okay, there's a link somewhere down there or somewhere. Okay, yeah, I'm waffling now. That's my broken brain taking over. I'll catch you later.